Your host, Stephen Swartz, but you can call me Les. Happy Wednesday, everybody, February 12th, and a happy early Valentine's Day to all you lovers out there. We got a great show tonight, but before I bring on my two co-hosts and tonight's special guest, please hit that subscribe button. I know it's always there. I always forget to tell everyone, hit the subscribe button. Hey, if you're checking out the show and you're enjoying it, hit that like button and comment, please. Everyone always tells me, hey, it was a great show. You had a great guest, Les. I'm like, put the comments in the show so everyone can check it out. So really, really appreciate it on our end. But so let's get tonight's special show started. Let me bring on number one of my two co-hosts, former Florida A&M Rattler, national championship quarterback 1978, and voice of the Rattlers football and basketball broadcasts with Melvin Beal, my man from Jacksonville, Al, the Rattler Chester.
My man, what's going on, Les? I tell you what, 85 degrees here in Jacksonville today, man. We're enjoying some great weather. I know it's a little chilly up there. You guys might even have a little snow on the ground, but I'm keeping it hot and heavy down here for you.
All right, well, you keep it hot and heavy. It's freezing up here. So, listen, let's bring on tonight's second host back with us again after a little brief hiatus golfing in Florida. We've got him back. You know him as the Book. Leland's own, New York's first, Benny the Book Stamilli.
What's going on, guys? Good to see you guys.
Benny.
Good to be back. Yeah, that weather down in Florida was nice, boy. Coming back here, though. Oof.
Well, not mine. We got some. Okay. By the way, just letting everyone know, Joni, my amazing chat girl, just got home from Maryland about an hour and a half ago, so she is exhausted. She is checking out the chat, though, so I've got the phone. I'll be running the chat tonight. So please, everyone out there, we've got a special guest. We're going to introduce him in about 2 seconds. Let's do it right now. We've got on tap, two-time All Ivy League guard and All New England football star from Brown University, Mr. Jack Connolly. Jack.
Hey guys.
They got Big Jack.
What's up, Jack?
Hey guys, thanks for having me on. Excited.
That's what we're gonna call it. Hey, Jack, just let you know, the thing's blowing up here. Everyone's talking about you scored a goal at the Garden in the state hockey championships. Just let you know. So
there we go. Go Dogs.
One saw Jack beat Chuck Norris in an arm wrestling match. Oh God, if that's true, I got to hear about that one. That's for sure.
I wish it was.
But guys, Jack, thanks for taking time out. I know you're doing a lot of training right now. You had a great season, a great career at Brown. And by the way, we want a special thanks to Brown University and the Brown Athletic Department for getting us some of those, some video on to start up the show. So very, really special thanks to them. Well, Jack, let's get into it. I mean, let's sum up your career. What's it like to play football in an Ivy League school? We're all used to the Oklahomas and Ohio States and Notre Dames, but what's it like playing football and going to school at Brown University?
Yeah, I mean, I love Brown. It's very demanding, rigor with class and football, but you definitely find a balance. Like great guys there, great staff, and great teachers as well. So really make the process very easy.
Fantastic. And the football. I know you're a fifth-year senior. You know, you went 5 years. We'll get into the, why you didn't want to transfer and put your name in the portal. And I think it's a very admirable one based on the way today's society is going. But football program, you guys threw the ball a lot. What was it like your senior year? How successful were you guys? And you have some players besides yourself that have pro aspirations as well.
100%. Yeah. We didn't have the year we wanted to. We went 3-7, which wasn't really great, but we beat Harvard in a great thrill-over game. So very excited to finally beat them after 12 years. But obviously, wish the season was different, but was happy I came back to Brown and put on that jersey one last time.
All right, guys, I'm going to throw it at you guys. You got some stuff for Jack?
Jack,
Yeah, well, Jack, Jack.
Go ahead, Al. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, Jack, your measurables, man. I mean, you obviously a pro prospect. Tell us about your height, weight. What are you doing in the weight room? Give us some idea about what you're doing and why you're going to be probably projected as a guard, vice tackle, and a guard and center at that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been working out at Cohasset Sports Complex with this trainer named Dana Barry at Prime Performance. It is an awesome group of guys down there. We're going from 9 to 3 every Monday to Friday, and just really getting after it, really competing.
9 to 3.
So loving it in squatting, doing the whole 9, hitting the 40s, everything. Just getting real ready for my pro day coming up in March, and couldn't be more excited to go out there and showcase my skills.
And for our fans, now, how tall are you and how much do you weigh?
Yeah, my bad. I'm 6'3", 310, so hopefully get that down a little bit to 305, looking lean and mean for pro day.
I'm glad I don't have to feed that guy, man.
Hey, Jack, what made you choose Brown, and did you have any other colleges that you were interested in going in or that were interested in you? Because, going to an Ivy League school, not many guys probably come out of the Ivy League. So I don't know, were your aspirations before you went into college, I want to be a pro football player, or I want to try to be a pro football player?
No, so actually I never really thought this would pan out, but now I know I'm good enough and I can play in the league. And as time kept going on at Brown, I started to develop my coaches, Coach McCarthy, Coach Morrissey, they really pushed me to the most of my ability, and they got it out of me. But coming out of high school, I was like, hey, I get to go play 4 more years of football at Division I college and inside the league. So I was very pumped up, and I could not be more grateful for the spot I am now. Brown has really exceeded my expectations. So
Great.
We got some. So I got to be Joni tonight. I know my voice isn't as nice as Joni's, but we got a couple of things here from some of the viewers out there tonight. Hey guys, hit the subscribe button, like tonight's show. Sean. You know who Sean is, Jack. He wants to know, ask Jack what he squats.
I squat 675.
Well, Benny, that's about 2. I don't know if he could quite squat you, Benny. I don't know.
Close. Yeah, that was shot.
and then we have somebody else. What do you bench? And when we get into what do you bench, I know there's a max bench, but then there's about, during the pro days and under the combine, they do the 225 for reps. maybe give us a little insight on that?
Yeah. So I'm 335 for bench, and we're still going through like all the pro day prep and everything, and I hit 15 for reps the other day, and
Okay.
like obviously that's not a great number, but it's definitely going up. I have a
Okay.
great trainer and like a great people around me, so definitely ready to attack that.
Hey, listen, weightlifters do not play pro football. Strength is important. Lower strength is really important, but it's about technique and about having right here. If you can figure this thing out. And I think you got both of them down pat. Tom Calder wants to know. Tom Calder, big Rutgers guy out there. Hey, let's ring one up for the Scarlet Knights, baby.
Rutgers is losing tonight.
Of course they're losing. They lose every night. What other colleges offered you scholarships? Did you? I know Brown was the school ultimately you went to, but did you look at other schools coming out of high school?
So I had an offer from Bryant. That was my first offer,
Okay.
and then I committed pretty early into my senior year at Brown and kind of just shut it all down. But those were the two schools that were most interested. I had mostly all the Ivy League was interested if I like waited around and everything, but Brown felt like the right fit, and I couldn't be more happy.
All right, well, we got Max Mallow. You know Max? He says Jack's the
I
man.
do.
He says Jack's the man. We agree, Max. We agree.
It's one of my teammates. Great dude.
Oh, nice. Fantastic. We got the Brown Bears in the house right now. Jack, talk a little bit about, you went down to Texas last month and competed. Well, you were going to compete in that Gridiron Classic. I guess weather kind of put the kibosh on the actual playing of it. What was it like down there? What was your experience? Did you talk to other players, many other teams? Did you talk to scouts? When I mean any other teams, I mean, the college players that you were with, and what was the experience like for you?
Yeah, it was actually a pretty good experience for like all the weather delays and everything. We were actually able to get 2 good days of practice in.
Mm-hmm.
So day one was more one-on-ones, pass rushing. Great competition down there. Guys from the SEC, Big Ten, like just all over. It was great. And then day two was more of an inside run period where quarterback would hand off to the running back and the guys up front would go at it with the linebackers too. So it was great exposure, a ton of scouts. Talked to a ton of great kids from there. I actually met Seth Morgan from UNH quarterback.
Okay.
Met Tyler Ellsbury from Iowa offensive lineman. Just
Nice.
a ton of great guys that are chasing the dream just like me. And like, it was awesome to connect with them and make those connections.
Well, Jack, let me ask you this, man. You know, one of the things that we talk about, what we haven't talked much about, is how important college is in terms of getting your education. And you obviously attended Brown. You got the aptitude and all that to make it all happen. And you already, we discussed in the pre-show conversation, you already have your degree. Tell us about your degree and your loyalty to stay at Brown and not jump to another school.
Yeah, I mean, like you go to Brown for the degree and play great Division I football. And for me, like when it came to it, like the transfer portal these days, everyone knows how crazy it is. And after my first senior year, I was named All Ivy, so there was definitely some hype of me going in the portal and everything. But I shut that down. I love my coaches at Brown, and like my dad always says, like I'm a loyal dog. Like I wasn't running out on my teammates, I wasn't running out on my coaches. I want to finish what I started. So definitely super happy I came back and
nice old school approach. We appreciate that.
Absolutely, because we always talk, Jack, on the show, you know, all of us, we're always talking about the instant gratification society and everyone's chasing the money, and it's like, you know, no one wants to compete. And obviously your coaches spend a lot of time developing you, right? I mean, you take a chance on going to Brown, but you know, they're taking a chance on you too, right? So you come in as a freshman, they develop you, but a lot of kids are like, okay, you got me to this point, now I'm going to bail and I'm going somewhere else. And I understand it to a point, but it really bothers me because football's really changed. At least college football's changed that way.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't agree more. Like my coach Morrissey, like he wants return on investment. So that's what we always say in the room when I was there. And like, you got to work for your coach. He brought you in to come get this awesome degree, come play at Division I football school. Give him some return on investment. Show him you're working. Show him you're loyal. Show him you want to play hard. So I think like that's a great like tool to have in life, not just football. So like if people entrust you, so I think it's awesome. Like you just got to stay loyal these days.
Well, we got some guys. We got some more comments here. One of our our listeners, all the time viewers, Jerry Amatrano wants to know two things. Where is the pro day we're talking about? Where is that going to be, and when is it going to be?
So it'll be at Holy Cross, March 27th.
Okay.
Still waiting to hear on BC Pro Day, which would be like that same week. Don't know when it would be. So just waiting on that one as well.
And he also wants to know, Jack, are you a winter weather player, or would you rather play in a warm weather part of the country? What's the answer there?
Give me the nasty weather. Let us run the ball right down your throat. So
I like it.
Love that.
Hey, Al, smash mouth football, baby.
Hey, I mean, it's rare you find an athlete that says that, man. But because he's played up there in that weather, he can play anywhere in the world. I mean, I just hope that you get that opportunity, man. Because
I appreciate
you're a solid guy, man. I tell you what. Yeah.
Thank you.
By the way, guys, 10 Ivy Leaguers in the league this year, including one of a Brown alum as well, outside linebacker with the Rams. I know you were talking. He was a captain at some of the preseason games, Jack, and he had a nice little carved out a nice little niche for himself out in L.A.
Yeah. Mike Hoy, he's a great dude. Friends with a lot of kids that I play with that fifth year, and like they all say great things about him. Like he's down to earth guy, very good for the program, great ambassador. So could not be luckier to have him, but hopefully to be an ambassador as well.
Well, we'll hope you're going to be there too next year. First of all, people don't know, like I know Jack a little bit. I know Jack's family a lot. It's a great family. Canton, Massachusetts, good friends with a lot of the Connollys. And we had a question out there from Kevin, who wants to know, what about your younger brothers, Sean and Liam? They want to know, are they looking at potentially playing any kind of a college sport? And what are they doing right now in high school?
Yeah, so my younger brother Sean, he's just finishing up his second year of junior league hockey, and he's gonna commit any day now. Just don't know where yet. So hopefully we'll be celebrating real soon for him. And then my younger brother Liam, he's a junior in high school at Canton High. He's on the hockey team right now. They're a little bit of a wagon, only losing one game. And he loves baseball though. He's a catcher in baseball, and we'll see what happens. He's still young, so hopefully it all pans out for him as well.
Good question.
Yeah, talk about how big your brothers are, though. You got to mention how tall.
Yeah. So my younger brother Sean, I hate to say it, but he's taller than me. He's like 6'5", 225. I like to call him like a little bit of a string bean, but man, he's a big dude. And then my younger brother Liam, I'll give him 6'1" today. He'll be pretty happy with me. 6'1", probably like 210. So he looks awesome. He's really growing in his body, and excited for him. Really excited for him.
Can they hit the golf ball? That's what we need to know. Benny needs to know, can they hit it a country mile? What's up with that?
Oh, yeah, we definitely can. We all just got new drivers for Christmas this year. Extra stiff shafts. So
extra stiff shafts, Ben.
Yeah, for sure.
No.
Like you, Les. Like you.
No. You're going to have to, I'm a senior chef. You're going to have to come down here. You guys are going to have to come down this neck of the woods in Carolina. We got some courses down here, Jack. I'm telling you.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Well, guys, real quick, I know, I still want to talk about, I want to get into your training regimen and stuff like that. I know Monday through Friday and get into the things that you do, but let's touch base real quickly because we had the biggest game of the year this past Sunday night. We had the Kansas City Chiefs going for a unprecedented three-peat. And thank someone up there, it didn't happen. I'm not saying I'm a Philly fan, but I am certainly not a Kansas City Chiefs fan. So I was really glad to see that Philly won it. And I just want to get this take on everybody. Jack, I'm going to start with you, and then I'm going to go to the man in the middle, and then the book on the outside. Yeah. Well, let me get you.
The Chiefs could have used Jack on Sunday.
Well, I was going to say.
They really could have used him.
But let me ask you guys a question. If I told you that Saquon Barkley would not rush for 50 yards and average 2.7 a carry, Jack, would you have thought that Philadelphia had a chance of blowing out Kansas City, never mind winning?
I mean, I'm just still shocked on like the outcome of the game. I wouldn't have thought it in a million years.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, seriously, Al, Jalen Hurts played almost a complete clean game. He had the one pick, but, he ran the ball. And when the Chiefs went to man, he saw what was going on, and he ran for like 72 yards and really broke their backs on a couple of those runs.
Well, we talked about it last week. I thought that Philadelphia was built to beat Kansas City. Barkley, just his presence alone demanded attention. Right. So they came up with the 7-8 man front. And we talked about Jalen could throw that man-to-man coverage with his guys outside, and he had the tight end in the middle. But we didn't talk much about his ability to run, and he was the neutralizer. And I tell you what, but the game was won in the trenches. They beat Kansas City's butt in the trenches on offense and defense, and the scheme. So the big key for the offense was Jalen on his pre-snap reads, picking up whether they were going to blitz, and they blitzed him a whole lot. He took advantage of it. He can throw that 50-50 ball up to those guys outside. And I tell you what, Brown was pissed early in the game because he thought he should have had 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
I saw him going to the sideline having some words with the coaches and even Jalen. But I mean, I tell you what, they wanted that game a little bit more than Kansas City. Kansas City could not get themselves into a rhythm in any way offensively, and it just it sucked all the air out of their game.
Now, Benny, I'm going to throw this one at you because you're a big Giants fan. It seems like the Philadelphia Eagles took a playbook out of those giant wins against the Patriots in the Super Bowl by rushing just 4 guys predominantly. I know they blitzed a couple times at the end, but they got to him with 4 guys, dropped 7, and I don't care. Even a Patrick Mahomes and his magic, you got 7 guys covering 4 receivers. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, they were able to double team a lot of guys, and they got such good pressure. His feet were moving all the time. He never was. That's like one of the first times you ever seen Patrick Mahomes really get frazzled, man. He was getting attacked. They were just pushing him and pushing the offensive lineman right into him. I mean, the one interception, the tackle bumped him and he went sideways and he threw that interception. The one, on the 15-yard line. It was a total domination, like Al said. The offensive and defensive lines, Andy Reid may have coached his worst game ever because he didn't do anything. They passed the ball 13 out of the first 14 plays. I mean, come on. At least try to run, mix it up. I mean, so that they're not – those guys were pinning their ears back and just – blowing by those guys.
Well, it's interesting. One of our viewers, Jerry Amatrano, echoes the sentiments of you, Jack, earlier before we went on the show, saying that the defensive line should have gotten the MVP. Right. And you kind of agree with that, right? I mean, that basically flipped the script, right? That was it. What those 4 guys did really changed the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were mauling them up front all day. Like Jalen Carter, the guy's a scary dude. I mean, then you got Sweat on the outside, who's making Joe Thuney a turnstile. I mean, what a front they got there. And then you got Jordan Davis, who's 6'6", 340. That's tough to stop. Yeah, I mean, they got some maulers up there, and they really took over that game, won that game for the Eagles.
Yeah, and guys, I got to throw this at you, Al. We talked about 2 weeks to prepare, and Andy Reid, but it seems like Fangio just had an amazing game plan with the Eagles. And he's got those 2 rookies back there, and they play great. I mean, DeJean got the pick 6, right? Looked fantastic. Mitchell was a shutdown corner. I think Kelsey, you didn't see much of Taylor Swift this Super Bowl. I mean,
no.
You didn't see, only seen a couple of shots of her because they pretty much kept her boyfriend under wraps.
Did you have the under in
Boo!
that?
Hold on, wait a second. Hold on.
Did you have the under?
No, I thought the over-under I gave was 8. I thought they'd show her more than 8 times. But I got to ask you guys a question. All 3 of you guys. What do you guys make of the booing? Like, she got soundly booed when they showed her at the game. You can't be mad at her. I mean, it's not her fault. She's not telling them to do it. But what does that tell you that when they show her, doesn't it mean that, like, football fans just have had, like, we just don't want to see her? Like, go to her concerts. Let her make her billions. Right. But it's a football game. We don't want her to be the story.
You're there for the Super Bowl, man. You're there for the football.
Exactly.
Biggest game of the year. We don't need to see Taylor Swift.
Hey, it's a marketing piece. I told you guys, if Kansas City had been playing well, you'd have saw a whole lot of her flashed on TV, man. Believe that. But it's all about marketing.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt.
Al, what do you think Jalen did to his career now? Like, I mean, a lot of people always got on him, but this is 2 Super Bowls. He outperformed Mahomes twice. He won 1 and he lost 1. He's a winner. The guy wins.
The guy finds every place he's gone, he's won.
He's won.
And, I mean, when he left Alabama, he went to Oklahoma and he won. And people doubted him. And I tell you what, I'm so happy for him, man. I tell you, I'm elated for him, and he maintained his cool and played a poised football game the entire game, man.
Hey, Jack, you got some teammates here. Jack, Is Jack an all-around athlete? I heard he's a ballerina on skates and can swing a golf club like John Daly. Now, what a combination, guys. A ballerina on skates and can swing a golf club like John Daly. We need more people in this world like Jack Conway. But Jack, so let's get back to your training. Like Monday through Friday, you said you're in there 9 to 3. I mean, that's pretty pretty hardcore.
That's a busy day.
It's a busy day
for sure.
What do you guys like doing? Like, do you work on specific things? I mean, I know you're trying to get quicker, not just in the 40-yard dash, but maybe the shuttle run. What types of weight? Like, do you do a lot of clean and snatch things? Do you do more bench? What's your daily regimen like? Let's talk about that. And let's talk about your diet. Like, what are you eating and what are you not eating? You want to get down to 305. Tell us a little bit in a day of Jack Connolly working out.
Yeah. So, like, I'll just run through like a normal day. Just usually something pretty light. And then drive over to the facility, which is like a 30-minute ride. Then get there with all my buddies, stretch out for like a half hour. And then get ready to go, get our speed work in. And my trainer, Dana Barry, whatever the day is, if it's a 40 day, if it's a shuttle day, if it's an L drill day, he's getting us right. So whether that's using bands, using tennis balls, anything he can get his hands on, he's getting us out there. And big thing for me is weight distribution, how I can distribute my weight to make myself faster. Like getting into these touches on the 5, 10, 5s, being able to bend down and then explode out. Like also on my 40, getting the right stance and getting the first 6 steps where I need to be in that 10 yards to get that 10-yard split. And then about the L drill, it's all about the bend and just getting out of your touches and everything. That's what it's really about. And we get into that. Then we get like a half hour lunch around like 11:30, 12. Then we're back in the weight room at 1. So once 1 rolls around, stretch, get ready to go. Wherever the day is, legs, chest, a lot of bands, a lot of single leg stuff for the lower body because you're practicing pushing off the weight distribution and everything. And then benching, Dana's got us doing some crazy stuff. 135 for 100 reps timed. And then we have this thing called the Steeler test where it's 185 on the bar, do as many reps as you can, take I think 10 pounds off, and then keep going all the way down to just the bar. So they're really getting after it in there, but it's fun. It's a great environment to work out in.
Wow. Jeez, we
used to call those negatives when you did the weight.
Yeah.
Each time you call them negatives.
Yeah.
They're pretty intense.
They get after you. They definitely get after you.
Yeah.
What
about diet? What about diet, Jack? I mean, what are you eating? Are you watching your calories? Are you trying to eat the right kind of stuff? Are you doing yogurt? Are you doing the smoothies? Staying away from bread, the pastas?
Yeah,
what are you doing?
100%. Just kind of keeping a clean diet. We met with a nutritionist. Another great thing about Dana, he has all the resources we need. So met with her. Just keeping my plate clean. A lot of veggies, a lot of good meats, fish, chicken, steak. Just really getting like that proper diet with all the greens and like the rice, everything, and ton of water. I drink probably like 3 gallons of water like a week or so, probably even more. It's just a rough estimate. But then on the weekends, my dad usually cooks me a nice meal. So other than that, like just meal prepping, just chicken, rice, broccoli, Brussels, whatever. And then we go to Chipotle as like a little bit of a lunch meal, but I consider that clean. So
nice. Well, Tom Calder's got a question. This is our Rutgers guy asking 2 questions. Good job, Tommy. What player inspired you and then you looked up to? I know we talked, in the pregame. Maybe you can like enlighten the people out there. Like, who did you look up to, the style of play, and what did you like about the way they played?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan of a lot of guys, but David Andrews is one of them. He just plays the game the right way. He's vicious. He's everything like a leader should be, and I love that about him. His game is just ferocious. And then Quentin Nelson, like you can't say enough about the guy. He seems to be an all-pro every year, and just he's a mauler. Like that's one thing like you have to be when you're an lineman. He's a mauler. but man, like he's quick too. He's good in the pass game. He's everything you want an O-lineman to be. Notre Dame guy too, really like fits the mold of like who you should be as an O-lineman. Like he really is the standard.
He's a Notre Dame guy, Benny. He's
I know a lot of good Notre Dame linemen out there.
I know.
100%.
Jack, you talked about something else special that you bring to the table, and that's long snapping. Tell us about that. Yes. How long have you been doing that? And that's an easy way, an extra way to get you on that 53-man roster.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like, I've kind of just always, like, loved the game and kind of just fool around whenever I can. And then one day, like, back in high school, I just started long snapping. I was our high school long snapper for field goals and everything. Didn't do it much in college because we had, like, designated long snappers, but if my number gets called, I can definitely do it. Been practicing with my brother in the front lawn, which is obviously crazy sometimes, but I love it.
Question, James Biankowski. I hope I'm saying that right.
Jim Biankowski.
Jim Biankowski. Is that? Oh, that's one of Benny's guys.
No, that's my brother-in-law.
Oh, it's your brother. Hello, Mr. Biankowski. I'm sorry you've got Benny, but that's okay. Would you rather run block or pass block? What is easier to do, run block or pass block? Let us know.
So for me, I'm a big run block guy. I love getting into someone's face and just moving a man against his will. I think that's what football's all about. Nice. And really, like, I just love displacing a man and then having a running back cut right off behind you, scoring a touchdown. But pass blocking is definitely where you're going to make your money. That's where it's harder. You're going backwards, and these twitched up guys in front of you are coming forwards. You're either going to get studs where the D tackle is going to pick the tackle and the end's going to loop around. So ton of confusion going on in the pass game, and that's where you're going to make your money. But me personally, I love run blocking. I love getting after those guys.
Hey, Jack, do you think
Go ahead, Ben.
I know they used to say is in college, with all the RPOs and a lot of they did a lot more passing, that guys were coming into the NFL and they were having a hard time doing run blocking. And do you work on both things? When you're working out with your trainer, do you have special drills that you do? For
100%. I mean, both huge parts of the game, especially from a fundamental standpoint. One thing for me is just getting the move with quickness in the pass game. Because in the run game, you get on these guys, you can stick on them like glue. But in the pass game, it's all about getting the right hand placement. Because if you get wrong hand placement, these guys are so well trained with their hands. They're like weapons. They're trying to shed them. And once you get your hands on, you got to lock them down, really anchor in and strain until that quarterback throws that touchdown.
Mm-hmm. I got a question for Jack.
Jack,
go ahead, Del. Go ahead.
I was going to say the pros like guys with good feet. They always talk about tackles who have good feet. They are guys who used to play basketball. Now, you play inside, you play guard, but do you find jumping rope helps you with your quickness and your feet positioning?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, my trainer just told me today, get to know that jump rope pretty well because you're going to be seeing a lot more of it. So that's coming my way. But, yeah, it definitely helps out. And, like, for me, too, like, playing hockey really helped me because it's all edge work. You got to be really precise. And playing at the weight I played at, it was 300 pounds senior year playing hockey. And that really helped my feet get going.
I just would not want to go into the corner with you because I guarantee you I would not come out with the puck. I mean, my goodness, my God, you're a beast on the ice. That's incredible.
Jack Hughes going into the corner against 300 pounds.
I know, it's crazy.
Holy mackerel.
Jack, question. When you're as a guard, I know we talked about a tackle being on the island, right? But you're inside a guard, you're playing between the two, center and the tackle. What gives a guy inside more trouble? Is it the bull rush or is it the guy is it a Jalen Carter or is it a guy that can make that quick move, speed guy? What do you have to really get better at? Let's just say, like, no one's perfect, right? Is it really getting the agility to deal with a speed guy, or are you pretty good stout when a guy's trying to bull rush you? Talk about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty stout. I actually prefer them to bull rush because I love the contact.
Okay.
So let them come to me and I'll just stalemate them. So for me, it's when I get a wide technique where if it's a 4-eye, 3-tech, and having to go out to that kind of mini island out there. And so I'm isolated if the center's cut off. So when I get that twitched up, like 280-pound guy that can really move, that's definitely give me a run for my money. But I love the challenge, and that's what football's about, just all these challenges.
I like it.
Jack, do you find it difficult? Do you find it challenging to block when the defensive lineman is in the gap or head up? Or does it matter?
Honestly, I don't think there's a preference for me. Head up, I can get my hands on faster, and that's just a me thing. But when they're outside or into the shade of me, it might be a little harder depending on if they stunt or something. But I don't really see a preference because they're still the same distance between you and the man.
Well, so Tech for Fun just jumped in real quick, and I think I just want to ask a question that for him, which is, what does in a day of a lineman, what do you eat? And we're not talking about your prep stuff. Say you're playing like in season. What do you like? Why you're actually in season? What do you give us a daily meal of Jack Connolly?
Oh, there we go. But
donuts, ho-hos, come on.
Yeah, I'll wake up probably like in season. We'll get a workout in early in the morning, hit the dining hall with the guys, get some scrambled eggs, bowl of cereal, a ton of fruit, and like really whatever else the dining hall's got going on that day. Brown, the ratty, really kept us well fed. So a pretty big breakfast. And then I like have snacks throughout the day, like power bars, honey stingers. And then lunch rolls around. This would be typically before practice. Ton of chicken thighs at the ratty. Those are always awesome. I stay away from like the pasta and stuff before practice and stuff like that, just because it's so heavy and like I don't need like all that sauce and stuff like that. And then really like I like salad to like get the greens in you and like really just like keeping that healthy palate. If they have potatoes there, like sweet potatoes, I love sweet potatoes. And so like ton of chicken thighs, all that stuff. And then after practice, have 2 protein shakes, those core powers, 26 grams of protein each one. And then dinner.
Then dinner.
Really like,
oh my God.
I know, it's already a lot. Dinner, like go back to the chicken thighs, or if they got like a different type of meat at the ratty going that day. Or go to my favorite spot, Chipotle, for dinner sometimes and load up there.
Nice. All right, Tech for Fun.
Now I got to ask you this, Les. Now, Jack, when you cheat a little bit, is it brownies, cookies, Twinkies? What is it when you cheat a little bit?
I love a good chocolate chip cookie. Love a good chocolate chip cookie. Cookies and milk are very high up there.
Jack's my man.
Listen, I used to be like that, but Mr. Parker told me I can't do that anymore, man.
I know. I see Les going by on his bike every morning.
I'm biking, I'm running. Jack, I'm training for this crazy thing in October.
Yeah,
it's like
at the gym.
Oh God, it's nuts. It's crazy. Well, we got Jack for a couple more minutes.
Have you run the mile?
What? Well, I got to run the mile, then run another mile. It's crazy. Before we let Jack go, Al, I knew you asked him a really good question. It was a really great answer by Jack about, the NFL and his future. What was that question you wanted to ask him? Like, remember, he gave a really good answer to that about, who's his favorite team, or crystal ball, and ask the question, Jack. I mean, Al.
No. I said if you could wave a magic wand without getting yourself in trouble, who would you want to play for?
Right. Go ahead, Jack.
That's your question, Jack.
Yeah, whoever signs my check. So.
I love it. Oh, God, we got some crazy stuff going on here. Well, listen, I'm going to give everyone 30 seconds to maybe pipe in. We're at 34 minutes here with our special guest, Jack Connolly, 2-time Ivy League guard and all New England guard, training right now for a potential shot at the NFL. So we got about 20 seconds to go. If anybody wants to throw in one quick comment, a question, please do it right now. Or for wherever, hold your peace. We'll just
Jack,
let that
we
go.
could use you in the Giants, Jack. We could use you in the Giants.
Look good in blue.
Jack, I'll ask you this, Jack. If when you look back over your career, would you change anything? The decisions that you made, would you go right instead of left? I mean, is it anything you would do any different, looking back?
Yeah, so like when I look back at my college career, like I wouldn't change a thing. I know a lot of people can't say the same, but I loved Brown. I loved my coaching staff. I loved the guys who I played next to. And to me, like college football is so crazy right now with NIL, transfer portal. Like you don't see a lot of guys stay in places for 5 years, not even 2 anymore.
Right.
And to me, like these guys took a chance on me and I have to pay them back. I got to give that return on investment. So to stay loyal to them was really something important to me. Stay loyal to my teammates. I wasn't going anywhere. And when you say if I could have gone left or could have gone right, like our record, no matter what it was, like I wouldn't change a thing. Like I made some of my best friends, made some great relationships with staff, teachers, everything. Like Brown was the spot for me, and I'm so happy it worked out the way it did.
The thing you said earlier, though, the thing that you said earlier that was just so profound was you say, I have a great degree to fall back on.
100%.
And a lot of these kids nobody's talking about graduating anymore.
Nobody talks about degrees.
100%. The degree is going to be with me for till I die. So it's a great thing to have.
Well, Jack, I'm going to tell you, 2 things come to mind when talking to you. And like I said, I know your family, but now having spoken to you now during this interview, loyalty and integrity. I think you got them both in spades, my friend. We're rooting for you. I mean, we're backing you. We're going to follow your journey every step of the way. Please, keep in touch with us if that's okay, and just let 100%. Us know how things are going. And let's and if you can catch on, we'd love to have you back. That would be awesome. By the way, someone did say here. Someone said, Jack, who was your favorite teammate you ever played with? By the way, it was Jake Wilcox that asked the question. I have to throw that in there. Probably a teammate.
It's got to be Jake, too.
Okay.
It's definitely not Mark Mahoney, that's for sure.
Oh, all right. A shot at Mark. I know you guys are all training together. Well, listen, not just you, but the whole Brown family. Best of luck out there. Jack, again, we're going to keep in touch. Yep. Thank you so very much. My best to your folks, okay? And
thank you guys so much for having me on.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Jack.
It was awesome.
Jack, you're first class, man. I hope you get that opportunity, man. Keep grinding.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
That was Jack Connolly, Brown University. We are going to be back in 1 minute with more Benny the Book and Al the Rattler Chester after this.
Forever 24 Fit, Leland's only gym with 24-hour access. Get fit when it's convenient, utilizing Life Fitness, cardio, and weight machines. And for those of you who prefer free weights, there is a free weight area as well. Start your membership today and get on your way to a better you. Six Happiness. Enjoy fresh Asian cuisine in a relaxed and friendly atmosphere where we believe good times deserve great food. Featuring the best sushi chefs in the Leland area. So come on in and we guarantee you will be delighted.
Welcome back to Swartz Talkin Sports. I'm your host, L. Steven Swartz. You can call me Les. The man in the middle, Al the Rattler Chester, and the man to the right, Benny the Book Stamilli. Guys, everybody out there, hit that subscribe button. Al called me last week. He said, Les, we got to tell people to subscribe. So, hey, listen, that was a great interview with Jack Connolly. Please hit the like button. Let us know how it was. Comment. Let us know about Jack, and we're going to follow his journey to the NFL. Guys, first-class kid, first-class family. What do you think?
Should do well. He should do well. He's got all the right qualities. Well, first of all, he graduated from Brown, so he's a smart kid. Seems like he's got his head on his shoulders the right way. I think he's going to do well. I think he's going to make it.
Al?
I tell you what, he's got the size that you want to play inside. Like Benny said, we already know he's a bright kid, so he's smart. He likes contact. Yeah. So, I mean, and it's going to be a lot of contact inside there playing guard and center. And he's a bright guy, man. I tell you what, I'm pulling for him. I'm hoping nothing but the best. I think he's going to get an opportunity.
Guys, so we had a poll up here. Tony actually had the poll. It was, who got the better of the Luka Doncic, Anthony Davis trade? We threw it up. Was it the Lakers or the Mavs? Right now, poll complete. Lakers 66%. And that's looking pretty good right now because Anthony Davis is going to be out for a while. I don't know what happened. He's hurt again.
Non-contact. He went to make a move. I saw the play. No one touched him. No, he just took a wrong step, and something popped or something. I don't know what. But
I think he grabbed his stomach or something.
yeah,
Like
right. Yes.
abdomen
Something with his
muscle.
stomach.
But Les, we talked about this last week, and I reserved my answer because I said it depends on who's going to stay healthy.
Yeah.
First game, AD goes out there, man, and he's down, and he's going to be out for a few weeks. They said 5 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yep. That's going to hurt.
And
that's
I think LeBron's going to get my man Luka away from those Krispy Kreme donuts, man. But he's going to compliment LeBron. I think he's going to yield to LeBron. He's a senior guy. I don't think he's going to whine about the number of balls that he touches, but when he gets it, he's going to make something happen with it. So he's going to be a compliment. So right now, the Lakers have the advantage.
Well, have Lakers won like 9 out of 10 or something?
Yeah. The Lakers, they had won 8 out of 9 when they made the trade.
Wow.
And then they won. I think they won the last 2 games, so they might have won 10 out of 11.
Well, guys, we got March Madness coming around, right? That's next month. So about
big game Saturday. Number 1 against number 2. Auburn, two ways. The Auburn against Alabama, number 1 and number 2, and like you said, Florida's number 3, all in the SEC.
So hold on, guys. Auburn, 3. Alabama. So we have the Iron Bowl on the hardwood, right? For number 1, right?
Yep.
Yeah. 1. Johnny Broome. I'll tell you that. If you haven't seen this kid, he's a senior, and usually they say if you're really good, you're 1 and done or you're 2 and done, right? This kid, Johnny Broome's been around for a while, but he's right now probably the front runner for Player of the Year. If you look at this kid, 6'10", great rebounder, good inside presence, can score. We hope to just kind of tease it. I don't want to jinx this, but my hope is that, and we're in negotiations right now to have Phil Martelli, legendary coach of the St. John's Hawks. Remember back in 2003-04, he had an undefeated ranked number 1 team with Jameer Nelson and Delonte West in the backfield.
St. Joseph's.
What did I say?
St. John's.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Phil. St. Joseph's Hawks.
You're thinking of the Red Storm because they're 19-3 this year.
I know Patino's done a heck of a job, but hopefully we're going to have Coach Martelli on. He was an assistant to Juwan Howard at Michigan, and he took over for him last year after he got fired. So he's still very much involved in basketball. He's doing some things with ESPN. So one of our friends, Steve Stefano, is getting me hooked up with Phil. So hopefully we can get the coach on. Guys, anything else? And people out there, like our viewers out there, please let us know if there's anything else we need to talk about tonight. I mean, I know we love to talk about all kinds of things. I'd love to get your input on what's going on in the world of sports. Get us going another direction. So what do you guys think?
Baseball camp will open today, I think.
Baseball camp open today. Is it? Okay, so baseball. Okay, so the LA Dodger Invitational starts today?
Yeah. Oh boy.
I mean, my God.
How many Japanese players do they have?
I don't know, but they're saying they could go to a 6-man rotation this year.
Yeah, their whole staff is Japanese pitchers.
It's incredible. I mean, I don't know what they're doing, but they must love LA. But real quick, so I think so we're not gonna have a show next week, guys, because not just to honor our man's birthday, an early happy birthday, Al. I know it's the 19th.
Boom, 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 boom.
51?
Man, I tell you what, if God's willing, I'll be 67 years old, man.
Well,
I got to warm up to put my clothes on, but I thank him for it every day.
God's going to do it. How about those Mets polar bear? Interesting. Okay, well, I mean, so next week we're not going to be doing a show, but we'll be back on the 26th, right? And my hope is we're talking to somebody here. I'm going to give an early thing here. Looks like Chris Martins, who used to produce ESPN Sports Center, Sports Century, ESPN Classic, has done a lot of things, wrote a book on Babe Ruth, has some intimate things. We really want to talk Black History Month. It's the end of February, Black History Month, and he's got some great stories about the Negro Leagues, Satchel Paige, very knowledgeable about what Jackie Robinson went through. He's got some breakthroughs as well that have not been talked about. So our hope is we're going to get Chris Martins on the 26th and talk about that and other things as well. He could be a great guest, guys, because, listen, we all loved ESPN Sports Center. I think he was producing when it was Berman and Keith Olbermann and Dan Patrick and Rich Eisen and Stuart Scott. I mean, that was when it was really in its heyday. So my hope is he'll be on the 26th, right? So, look at this. God bless. Happy birthday, Al. Sherry says, God bless Al. Happy birthday. The birthday wishes are out, my man.
I appreciate that.
So I don't, guys, unless anybody's willing to talk about anything, I think we're pretty much done today. We ran through the gamut we talked Super Bowl with Jack. We do say that the Kansas City Chiefs could have used Jack's help last week. That's for sure.
They definitely could have.
Real quick, guys, let me get both your takes on it. Ben, let's go to you real quick. Eagles lose offensive coordinator. Oh my God! Now I'm going to lose his mind. The quarterback at Boise State. And he goes now to New Orleans. Good move for the Saints, do you think? And how much is it going to hurt Jalen Hurts' development, maybe as a quarterback? What do you think?
Nah, I don't think with the offense that the Eagles have, I don't think it's going to hurt him that much. Anybody could call. You hand off to the right, hand off to the left, Saquon down with that line, and then if they put everybody up, you throw it to Brown, or you throw it to numbers, or you throw it to Goddard. They were really impressive. I'm impressed. I was impressed by that team.
Kellen Moore. I lost my mind. I couldn't. I was like, Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore.
Yeah, Kellen Moore. Yes. They used to give him a lot of crap when he was the Dallas offensive coordinator. And he'll do good for New Orleans. But I don't think the Eagles are going to miss much.
I kind of agree with Benny too, Les. I think that. Jalen is at a point in his career right now where the game has slowed down for him. He understands what he has. Mm-hmm. And just like Bennett described the offense, he's got a great running back. He got great receivers, got a hell of an offensive line in front of him. And I think that all that's a plus. Kellen calls some good plays, and it's always good to have a fresh mind on the sideline, but I don't think they're going to miss a beat. I think they're going to be a perennial power for years to come. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Something, guys, we say this all the time, though. We look at a team that, like, you look at the Eagles have done. They've been to, 2 out of the last 3 Super Bowls, right? Now 1-1. And we say they're going to be a perennial power now for the next 5 to 6 years. And then, listen, everyone thought, guys, at the beginning of the year, people forget, San Francisco was the odds-on favorite to win the NFC. It wasn't the Eagles, and it wasn't the Lions.
Everything hinges in the NFL. Everything hinges on injuries.
Right.
San Francisco was depleted.
But they were the odds-on favorite, though, Benny, preseason to go to the Super Bowl out of the NFC.
But they lost everybody. They lost McCaffrey.
I understand that. That's what I'm saying, though. You can't, things happen in Philly. Look, and Saquon Barkley's a heck of a running back, guys. He's the best in the game right now, but he's getting a lot of tread on those tires being worn down. He's running the ball a lot, and running backs take a lot of abuse. I know he keeps his body in great shape. He's a tremendous back. He can do it all. But listen, he didn't have a great Super Bowl. And I'm not saying he's going to be around for another 5 years. Will he be as effective? Listen, I'll be honest with you guys. I've talked about this with John, who's out there. I love Saquon Barkley, but right now, if you're giving me my pick as a running back, give me Jahmyr Gibbs out of the Lions any day. That kid sees one little crease. He is gone. You don't catch Jahmyr Gibbs. I think I love Jahmyr Gibbs.
Saquon's pretty tough to tackle.
He
once
is,
he gets past
but he
the
got
line.
caught. He got caught in the suit. He got caught in the NFC
he may get
game.
caught, but he don't get caught very often.
But I'm just saying, I love Jahmyr Gibbs.
The success of Philadelphia is going to depend on how they draft. You got to have some depth at these positions. And I still say Barkley actually played a good game in the Super Bowl. He was a decoy. And then when he ran, I tell you what, he was itching, trying to break one now. He runs just as hard in that third and fourth quarter as he does in the first and second. Yeah. So, you got to credit Kansas City with some great defense now. Yep. But, because of his presence, Jalen was able to run, and they were able to throw that football down the field.
Eagles, 2 rookies in their secondary. Lost their center. They lost their all-pro center.
He's too busy doing commercials.
Yeah. Hey, gotta make money, right?
Tony threw a short out today. It was great. I don't know what it's up to.
I saw you. It
was great.
I saw that short.
Yeah, it was great. We did a couple of good shorts today. We did one on the Manning. Listen. I said Manning wasn't going to get in. We had a lot of argument back and forth. Benny, you weren't on the show last week, and guess what? He didn't get in. He's not a Hall of Famer.
He's going to get in. They said it's just
not
he
a
didn't
Hall
get
of
in
Famer, Benny. He had 2 great games.
Listen. I don't think he had more than 2 great games. Because his best playoff game was against Green Bay.
Okay, in 2007.
In the freezing cold, he played tremendous that day.
Okay.
And you want to know something? We were arguing this with all my friends, and Al would notice, stability, that the Giants knew that Manning was going to be there every single game. And not a great quarterback, but he was there every game for 200 games, 210 games.
Yeah. He did a good job. He managed the offense.
He
He
managed
didn't have
it.
to do anything spectacular.
No.
You know, he may have 145 touchdowns and might have 145 interceptions, but
Right.
he was there. He was that steady piece, that
Right.
stability at quarterback, and I think that helped them. And they built around him with
Right.
talent,
That's
obviously.
right. Yeah.
And but I tell you what, next year now you got Drew Brees who's going to be eligible. You got some other guys who are going to be eligible. That Philip Rivers,
Philip
he's
Rivers.
going to be
Drew-
eligible. Yeah, I mean it's going to be
Drew Brees and Phillips Rivers are definitely going to be first.
But now, if they don't select but 3 or 4 guys, I mean, that's going to limit the seat.
Yeah.
I still believe now, had they not selected Sterling Sharp, I think that was going to be Manning's seat.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad Sterling got it and not Eli. Not just because he beat the Patriots twice. I think he's a good, solid quarterback. Don't get me wrong, Benny. Very good, solid quarterback. But I think the lines are being blurred when they talk Hall of Famers and stuff like that. There are guys that are Hall of Famers, and there are guys that are good ball players. And there's nothing wrong with being a good football player. But to me, a Hall of Famer is on another level. Is Eli Manning? I know he beat Tom Brady. I know he beat Brady twice. But is he a Tom Brady? Is he a Troy Aikman? Is he a Joe Montana? I just don't think he is.
They said he was like never an All-Pro.
Is he his brother? No, he's not.
Oh,
and but that's what I'm saying, guys. We've muddied the waters out, right? Where it's so gray, right? It's Hall of Famers and a good player. And again, there's nothing wrong with being a good, solid player that has won some big games. But he's not a Hall of Famer when you measure up to what a Hall of Famer really is. I'm sorry. I know Joe Namath isn't. He's in because of one game. I mean, let's be honest. Not to rant rave here, but just saying.
Having to put guys in, having to put guys in every year. Some years you might have to put good players in.
Roger Craig needs to be in. James Biankowski. Hey, you got a smart brother-in-law. Roger Craig needs to be in. I have to start looking at some of what Craig's stats are because he did some great things with the Niners. They had some great teams, but he was the bell cow in that running game.
Yeah,
Roger Craig. Hey, real quick, anybody hockey fans out there right now? The Four Nations tournament going on. The NHL shut down for 10 games. You got Canada, the United States, Finland, and Sweden playing round robin tourney. Our man, one of our big time viewers, Matt Dunn, up there right now working for the NHL. He's in Montreal. He'll be doing the finals in Boston. So hope Matt has a great time up there. Right now it's 2-0, I guess. Brad Marchand, Boston Bruin, scored. And real quick, we got the red light going on. We're at 52 minutes. Before we go, I want to throw this question out to both you guys. 6 hires. Who do you think was the best hire now that it's all done? Best hire for this coaching carousel, and who do you think will be the most successful next year? Let me know right now. Al, let me go with you first. Best hire, and who's going to be the most successful in their first year?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
It is.
And I tell you what, I like Pete Carroll with the Raiders because he's an older guy and he can kind of embrace, get his arms around them. But at the same time, we've got a guy here in Jacksonville. He looks animated, never been a head coach, but I think he's surrounded himself with a great staff.
Okay.
And I'm expecting big things there. And then I like Kellen Moore down in New Orleans as well. I think he's going to bring some juice. And these are young guys, first time at the box coaches, and I think they'll do a great job too. So it's going to be interesting to see how they piece the staff around them, and obviously how they draft and how do players respond to them, and if they're receptive to what they're trying to teach and their way of doing things.
All right, Ben, same question.
I agree with Kellen Moore. I think just you got Pete Carroll. He's going into a division with Mahomes, the LA Chargers, Herbert. He's got a tough road there. Going to New Orleans, they got a lot of good pieces, and Kellen Moore could very easily put that team right to the top of that division.
All right, one last question. We got something. I know we got to go, but we do have one. We got to appease our listeners here, right? I mean, guys, by the way, is everyone hitting that subscribe button and liking tonight's show? Please hit the subscribe button and like tonight's show. Our special guest, Jack Connolly, outstanding interview. Jerry Amatrani wants to know, what are the Jets doing for a quarterback? Do they draft or do they get a retread? Al, let me go to the quarterback first. What are the Jets going to do? I don't think they're going to re-sign Aaron Rodgers. What are the Jets going to do? What are the Jets going to do?
They're going to release him.
Okay, so what are the Jets going to do?
I think they're going to go get a new young kid. I think that the young guns, it's some good-looking young guns out there. I like that kid at Ole Miss, Jackson Dart.
Okay.
I like Shador,
Okay.
obviously. I like the kid down at University of Miami. I tell you what, there's some guys out there, some sleepers who can play.
Okay.
But watch Jackson Dart, man. I think he may be something real special.
All right, Jackson Dart. Hey, kid
I
out of
don't-
Idaho, former USC Trojan transfer to the Ole Miss Rebels, right? Not too bad.
I don't see the Jets. I see them trying to go with somebody, somebody that's been there,
All right.
just
All right.
depending on who they could get.
All right, well, folks.
They got a new coach too. They got a new coach
new
too.
coach.
New
Yeah.
coach as well. So I know they got Aaron Glenn over from defensive coordinator from Detroit. So, all right, guys, we actually held this show under 1 hour, 55 minutes. I want to thank our special guest, Jack Connolly. Outstanding. I mean, really, when they say a real class kid, and like I said, he was awesome.
Yep.
And I really, really hope that someone like that gets an opportunity. Al, you always said, just get the opportunity. And then once you get it, make the most of it. And we're hoping Jack does. And we'll be following up with Jack during his training and his pro days. And we'll let everyone know out there how he's doing. And once things click, we're going to have him back on the show. Wish we had Joni out there. I did the best I could, guys, with the questions. I tried to get as many as we could, but we'll have Joni back in 2 weeks, hopefully. And I
You
want
can
to
fill the space. You can fill the space, but you can't take the place of Joni.
Yeah, it's very, very true.
Story.
Hey, listen, I know that. I mean, I know that, right? And again, special thanks to Brown University and the Brown Athletic Department for getting our producer Tony what he needed to run the opening reel. Again, thank you everyone for staying up with us, tuning in on this Wednesday. Very happy Valentine's Day to all the lovers out there. Have a great weekend. Hope it's warm wherever you are. Al, we won't see you next week.
Early birthday wishes to Al.
Early birthday wishes to our man, the Rattler, Al Chester.
Domo arigato.
Yeah, there we go. I don't even know what that is. That's Japanese?
Japanese.
Well, I know you. That's right.
Thank
you
you,
did some NCIS stuff out there, right?
Yeah,
Look at this. He throws that out of his back pocket. Not bad.
All over the world.
All right, listen, everyone out there, we will not be back next week. Our producer's actually taking a much-needed little time off. He needs it. I got him running around crazy here. So I want to thank Tony, the Wizard, man. He does it. He makes it happen. For Al Chester, for Benny the Book Stamilli, for our special guest, Jack Connolly, and everybody out there. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great Valentine's Day weekend. We'll see you the 26th, a week from Wednesday. This is Les Swartz saying, have a great week, everybody.